Hello, I'm Cosplay and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I pattern and make hip armor. And as an example, I'm going to be patterning and making the hip armor for Mythra from Xenoblade. So come along with me today to learn how to pattern and make some hip armor. So I'm going to start with a paper pattern. And I've already drawn out sort of a mock-up of what the hip armor looks like. And this is a starting point. So the challenge of today's video and the challenge of this project is taking something that's a 2D drawing and turning it into a three-dimensional object. Let's get started. So if you've been in my channel for a while, you know I like to pattern on scrap paper, in this case, newspaper. So this is what I started with. I made a pattern that I thought was the correct size and the correct shape. And then I cut it out and taped it together and tried it on. And I determined that it wasn't the right size and it wasn't the right shape. This is what happens with things that are 3 dimensions. You're gonna probably need to make some adjustments. So what I've done is taken the diamond shape and traced it onto other paper, and I've started to alter the shape. And what I'm going to do is make this into a slightly different shape, check how it looks in 3 dimensions by taping another piece onto the other side, and go from there. Okay, so I've adjusted the diamond pattern so that it's wider and longer. This original pattern, it was a lot taller and didn't sit as flush to the hip. Okay, so I've remade the pattern. I've retraced all the detail pieces. This is just one side of it. And since I know that the dimensions of the diamond are correct, I'm just going to go ahead and make this thing. You can see the difference in size between what was the original pattern. It's much too small. The angle is too big versus the new pattern, which is quite a bit bigger and the angles are different. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out. Okay, now I have a paper pattern. I'm gonna take a photo of this so that I have a reference and I can digitize it later if I want, before I go and destroy this thing. So I already have the diamond. So I'm gonna make this in foam. And I'm actually going to extend the edge by about a ½ inch. So you need to make the edges a little bit wider for overlap with this back piece here. When cutting foam, always make sure to use a very sharp blade and to try to cut a single side all in one cut. This can make the side cuts really nice and clean, and you won't have to do any cleanup after. So I have all 4 of the sides, one for one side, one for the other, cut out. So next step is to glue them together. Now we have a nice pointed piece. Got the other 2 pattern pieces prepped and ready to go. So now I'm going to cut them out of foam as well. This part of the process is very similar to cutting out the base sections. So I'm really not going to explain much of this. It's a lot of cutting and gluing and putting things together. Enjoy. Alright, everything's cut out, so it's ready to be glued onto the center section. Again, this is a lot of the same process as before. Putting glue on things, waiting for the glue to dry, sticking things together, and so just enjoy this lovely making of footage. When making foam armor pieces, it's often necessary to adjust those pieces after putting them together with heat. So I have already adjusted the one in my right hand, and now I'm going to need to heat up the one that was in my left hand to get it to come into the correct shape. The final steps in this process are gluing on the last detail pieces. Alright, these are the final product. Aside from some details and gap filling, they're ready for paint. And there you have it. It is completed. Aside from some final details and gap filling and painting, it is now built. So I hope that this walkthrough tutorial was helpful and you're gonna be able to build your own foam hip armor in the future. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification for the next time I put up a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.